Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Hummel, the Tier 6 German SPG. It's located on the westbourne of Malinovka and it's under the command of talon1958, but we think that we might have another episode of cheating, and obviously Talon sent the replay in after experiencing it, and well, let's see if he's right. He's got the stock gun on the Hummel, the 15cm howitzer. It's capable of 480 output, penetrating 38mm of armour, and it's got a reload time of 25.31 seconds. But, well, okay, Talon's gone to a firing position. Talon's got it down to 20.50 seconds, and that's very, very fast. Okay, from this point you can reach the enemy lines. Rounds out on the SMV-CC56. First shot hits the building, gets some splash, but not a lot extra. He should be moving to relocate right now to avoid counter battery, just in case the enemy Arty is very quick. Sometimes they are. I would always move after the first shot. Well, that was an accurate shot straight through the window. We don't know if he touched the SMV-CC56, but after firing 2 shots, you would definitely normally move, because it's not worth risking a counter battery. Rounds out, going for the T29. Okay, well, we've got an IKV-90 moving alongside. We can see enemy Arty firing, but they're not firing at us at the moment. They're firing at somebody else. Now, there are 2 Arty in this game on either side. We've got an M44 on the Hummel. The enemy team's got 2 M44s. If there was some cheating going on, then we would expect to see one of our M44, one of our Arty, go down to a counter battery. Okay, so we fired a round at that enemy BK, and I just heard a rumble of Arty. And yes, there was an attack. Our M44 is still around, and we're moving, relocating. Okay, Talon's hasn't fired yet, but he's now aiming at the enemy. And there's a Noobs 03 up on the lookout hill, and he got a direct hit. Okay, should be moving right now because he's got a hit on the enemy. The enemy will have an idea where he is, or at least the general area. If the enemy Arty's looking, then he will be able to work out by seeing the tracer, and he'll have a general idea. I just heard a rumble from Arty again. Nope. Doesn't appear to be any damage. He's changing position again. I wouldn't go back to the same spot you're at before. It's always advisable to change to a new spot, but if you're in a confined space such as the end of the valley on Lakeville, then sometimes you just have to reuse a previous firing position. You just try and make it a little random to make it more difficult for them to work out exactly where you are. Now he's moved to a new firing position. Nobody's hit the M44 yet, so he's still full health. He's just fired. Talon's just getting ready to shoot. Okay, his target is the Super Hellcat. Rounds out. Looks like a good shot. And it was 142 from Splash. Orangey put the shell to one side, and I've just heard the enemy Arty fire.
We're done for. Everyone get out.
And he's been wiped out with 1 round. Now that's interesting, isn't it? He managed to work out exactly where Talon was with just 1 shot from this position. Now he has been moving occasionally. He didn't move as much as he should have at the start, but nobody could see where he was precisely, and that round took him out very, very accurately indeed. So unless the enemy Arty is a superb player, might be a little matter for concern. We can see which Arty it is. It's the one called Johan from the Vokes clan. Now, the normal method of of cheating is for an enemy Arty to enter into the battle, into two battles at the same time, and if they both enter on different sides because they're both of the same type, then you would know instantly where the enemy Arty was. Then it's just a matter of taking out your own Arty first, and then killing all the ones subsequent by watching where they are using the external camera. Okay, so Talon's team is losing by 4 at the moment. We did ask them, wow, do you guys ever use a mini-map? It does appear that they're missing the point that a large number of the enemy tanks are actually gone lakeside and are looking up at the hill. They only sent a few tanks up the hill and they died. But now the tanks that are actually down by the lake have now got control of the cap area, and they're shooting up onto the hill to attack the enemy tanks that are up there. And I just heard the enemy RT rumble again. And this time round it was the UDAS 03 that took a near direct hit for 50, left with 58 hit points, and he gets wiped out by the UDAS on the enemy team. That's the same one that Talon hit earlier. Now you can see the M44's gone into the bush, and we just saw an enemy RT fire, and yes, the ELC M90 found that M44. He was just too close, managed to creep up on the M44. The ISU 152K has turned around to attack the ELC. The IKB-90B gets killed by proximity shots and then arty shots, and that just leaves one enemy vehicle left. Yes, ISU 152K, he gets an arty round, and then he gets taken out by the SMB CC-56. Here's the end of battle stats, and well, unfortunately it was only a bruiser medal for Talon in the Hummel on this game, and his win rate was fairly low. But there again, I mean, he was taken out fairly early in the game, well, early-ish after a while. He didn't get a chance to build up his damage, and he would have done so if he'd been given longer. But it was rather unusual that he was taken out with such an accurate shot by that M44. And we can see the name of the player there. If we look at that player's identity, because we want to check and make sure that that is the real identity for this player, we'll have a quick look. It might not be his real identity. Yes, that is his real identity. He's a German player playing on, it says, Division America. So presumably he's German player on the American server. And his name is Johann de Panzernacker. Yes, I think he's an American, but he's of German origin. That's why. But yes, he did apparently manage to get Talon and take him out. Well, let's see how many counter batteries this guy actually has. He might actually have his records available. Well, we can see he's got 22 counter batteries, which is not a lot considering he only has 24,069 battles. I've got a lot more than that, at least I think I've got a lot more than that, because it is fairly easy to counter battery if you know what to look for. But yeah, that's not a lot of counter batteries. You would expect more by 24,000. So it may be that that was just a fluke on the part of that player, that he managed to spot exactly where Talon was at the right moment. It did look as if it was a reasonably accurate shot, and because it was coming in on his side, not directly from, you know, it was a side shot, so he'd fired. The enemy Arty could actually work out precisely that his position after he took that shot at the Super Hellcat, and that's how he managed to work out where he was. He does have a lot of Arty in his inventory, So he is a practiced Arty player, and quite a lot of those Arty actually do have ace tankers as well. So that might be the answer. This guy is an expert on Arty. We'll have a quick look at his SPGs. Yeah, lots of ace tankers there. Yep. He obviously is an experienced Arty player. Yes, so it could very well be that on this particular occasion he was looking to do a counter battery, and he actually saw Talon's tracer coming from a specific point perpendicular to his own and thought, well, I'll have that. And that's how I think he got taken out, because he aimed for the Super Hellcat up on the hill, and he didn't move directly after he fired. If he'd moved after he fired, I don't think that M44 would have seen him. However, the problem is that Talon's team did not perform very well indeed. In fact, they performed diabolically by not covering their own cap area and not protecting it, and most of them going up the hill. If they'd actually covered it adequately, then I don't think that ELC Evan 90 would have been able to sneak up on the enemy on their M44. So he might it might have taken them a little while to work out where he was if he kept relocating. But it does look to me as if that was just an ordinary game, and unfortunately he got taken out by somebody who was very good. I didn't sense any cheating going on, any counter battery on the other M44, so I think it was just an unlucky position for Talon on this occasion. So let's have a look at the rest of the details. Well, only fired 6 shots, got 1 direct hit, 1 penetration on the enemy, and we can see that the penetration was no, it wasn't the Super Hellcat, it was the UDIS. He actually hit the UDIS for 455 hit points with that 1 shot that was right on target, and it went straight through his armor. 4 splashes as well, 840 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters, and 4 direct hits, or 4 enemy tanks damaged, no kills, and 40 hit points of stun assist off 5 stuns. He did get decent earnings off this one, 19,154 for the battle, 70,958 from holiday ops, 90,112 altogether, and after resupply of ammunition and consumables and repair, he took away 85,110 credits profit, 277 for the battle XP, and that's all he took away. No, I don't think that was a cheat, but it was a one-off that you see where you get somebody very, very good who actually did spot precisely where you were, and you didn't relocate quickly enough to avoid the counter battery. So, well done to Talon anyway, for he was getting good results up until, of course, his team let him down very badly. And I do have some more replays from Talon, which I will be featuring in one big video, because obviously he does send us quite a few each week in his contest with Angelina, and hopefully I'll be doing those replays in the next day or so. Thanks for watching.